Hello, welcome back. Or maybe it's your first time watching, but either way, it's episode 14. And we're up $608 so far in our 1-2 Zoom series. Wish it could be a bit more, but it could be less. It wouldn't be surprising if we were losing over 13 sessions so far. But thankfully, we're up 3 buy-ins. Last session was actually a pretty bad session, in fact, our worst of the whole series. But we're not affected mentally by that. We're ready to bounce back today. Like I said, plus 608 for the series. All in the 162 rim, by the way. Going to feature this on the side. I've written down my balance, and I'm just going to crunch the numbers after. Hopefully, if I get a bounty or something in this tournament, I'll be able to remember and not add it to the cash tally. But yeah, enough intro. Let's get into it. Table 1, 2, and 3. Table 1 top left with the Queen 5. Table 2 top right with the Jack 10. And the lower bottom left table is the King 7 suited. Looks like we could be getting called in the tourney. We want to call at this point. We know we're ahead. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get some momentum going. Miles ahead. He turns the open ender. Nice double in the tourney. Nice double in the tourney. He's all in the small blind now for a $37 bounty. The 3 deuce is just too weak. The likelihood of somebody going all in behind her. There we go. There's an all in front of us. Okay, got some seriously playable hands in the 1-2 streets. Go ahead and 3-bet this ace king and the queens. Nothing too groundbreaking here. Very, very juicy flop of the ace king. Going to kick it off for 1/3. Don't want to bet bigger. Don't want to check back. Again, I don't think I want to do anything fancy. I just want to barrel for 2/3 and try and get it all on the river. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully we're getting a call here on the turn. Yeah, this is a really good sign. He's going to have a hand like king, queen of spades, queen 10, maybe ace jack with, or maybe queen. I'm not sure how many offsuit pair plus flush draw he has on the turn actually. He's going for the long check, so he thinks that's going to scare me. Usually if I see this, it just looks like they're trying to get you not to bet, you know. Wow, well, that's pretty sick, boys and girls. Table 2, we just get a very nice double. He got very sticky on the turn. He couldn't let his combo draw go. And then he just felt obliged to pile river. Sorry, sir. Ace 10 off is no good there. Very nice start. Very, very nice start. Yeah, and so many times in the past I've had these big hands. And I try to get fancy with them. I'll try and check back when I turn the nuts. I'll try and bet small on the turn to induce. I try all this fancy shit so often. Never works as efficiently as just betting for value. Just nice playing your value hand straightforward. Bet, bet, jam. Although there we didn't even have to bet, jam. We just bet, called. Which was an absolute treat. Anyway, let's focus on this ace jack spot and not misplay it. On table 2. I think we're going to have to... It's really gross if he raises. We've pretty good playability on turns. The queen 10, yeah, he does raise big. It's really tragic. We can't let's say we call now and the turn comes the king of clubs. We'll have to check fold to a jam anyway. So I think he's just gone a bit too big for us to continue. The queen 10, I wouldn't always check raise, but I think with the queen of hearts, it's just going to fit very nicely into an aggressive line. You know what I'm saying? The queen of hearts is a key card he's going to continue with. When we have that, he's less likely to continue. We have more fold equity, yada yada. Ace 5 of spades will be gone into the muck. Ace king of hearts and a big blind on table 2. And king deuce suited pretty marginal on table 1, especially versus one of the better players in the pool. But the fact that he's min raised and it's a 5-handed table, changes things slightly. We can donk this flop in the tournament, just go for a donk lead. I think our hand has a little bit too much equity. I think you like to do it with hands that you can stack off with, and hands that you don't really care about leading and then folding to a raise. So you want like the low equity stuff and the high equity stuff. This is 2 in the middle, this king 6 here in the tournament. We don't want to bet, get jammed on, and have to fold our equity, you know. Very, very saucy turn with the king deuce. He did min bet flop, so I would expect some checkbacks on turn, as he'll have jacks through 5s that want to check turn now. Yeah. Well, we got 3 really interesting playable spots. We're not going to bluff the king 6. We're going to randomize the 4-bet with the jacks. We roll low, so we'll call this time. And we're going to check raise the 10-9. Here, we're going to overbet the king deuce because we've all the 10-9, jack-9, ace-10, ace-jack. We have a lot of missed straight draws there that connect with the king-queen. So I'm going to leverage that with an overbet. Interested now with the jacks and also with the 10-9. I guess the 10-9 is less interesting. We've pretty clear check. Start trying to get some value with the jacks. It's a turn we're going to bet quite a lot with our hands like king queen and stuff. As you can see why we've decent fold equity on that turn. This would have been a sick hero call with the king 6. This isn't unlikely that it's a bluff like queen 10 of spades in position here on the 162 table. It would have been an outrageous hero call, but with a player behind, just unreasonable. Now we just show down to 10-9. I do expect him to have a jack a decent amount. That's just pot control in the turn. Hopefully he checks it back if he does. Either way, if he bets now on table 3, I think we just have a fold. Okay, nice. Yeah, probably if he bets, I'm probably just folding there on the river. I need ace-6 of spades. Like, he can't really have a worse hand than that. So, in my opinion, it's just a mandatory bluff for him. The jack-9 suited, I'd like to 3-bet this a lot, to be honest. In fact, we're just going to do it pure. Just going to pure 3-bet this jack-9 suited in the big blind. And we'll go for the check raise in the tournament. It's all popping off. I might close that door. Bear with me. Okay. Now I can't see anything because it's so dark. Jesus, I really cannot see my buttons. Sunglasses probably don't help. Okay, check raise got through. You love to see it. C-bet 30% now at the 10s. Pretty bad board, but we're not really going to do any checking here. Nice to get it through. Although when we get it through, we obviously have the best hand, but it's better than him calling and us have to check turn and like check fold the majority of turns. We'll min bet the king, queen, queen, and the 7-6 I'm debating flatten here, but I think if we call here, we give both blinds very clean jam spots, very clean spots to just go all in, as we're quite short and we're both covered for bounties. Flopping a mother frickin' set on table 3 and potentially going to flop another set on table 1. Maybe getting ahead of myself, maybe not. Okay, defend the king 9 suited. Yeah, we'll check raise the 6s. It is a rainbow board with a set, but there's so many straight draws. And even a hand like queen 10, which isn't a straight draw now, it's got so many backdoors. So 75% on this turn. We could overbet, but I think too many straights got there to overbet. 4-deuce suited. 4-deuce suited, I don't know, man. It's a suited connector. It's pretty weak. It's versus a 3x and under the gun. I think we're never really dominated here. If we hit the flop with the 4-deuce, we're going to be doing decently well. And I think that qualifies as hitting the flop. This session is getting a bit fucking nuts, man. We're just getting raised on table 3 here. Like, we always lose when this happens, but yeah, I'll check raise the 4-deuce. I'll tell you why in a sec if I can remember to tell you why. Yeah, I'm just going to jam the 6s. We can do this with combo draws. We're going to lose a lot. Yeah, It's so fucking annoying, honestly. I'm legit, for the first time in this video series, I'm on fucking tilt, man. He just raises the turn there. I know I'm dead. Like, he's not raising 2-pair on the turn there. And I just fucking double him up. I just double him up. He's got no respect raising the turn there. It's offensive. It's like, oh, this idiot isn't going to realize I only have like pocket nines and straights here. And I didn't realize. Well, I did realize, but I just went with it anyway. I'm really not on tilt. But I thought I was going to be. I feel okay about that. But it's set over set. When he raises turn there, oh my freaking God, we're just always losing. It's so hard to act on that. It's so hard to... Well, again, I'm on video, so I can't really. As much as I feel like, oh, I want to hero fold sixes here, we always lose. I can't really do it on video. I know not many people watch these, but whoever does and whoever's playing with me, if they see me fold sixes there, they can just keep raising turns, So literally, I just can't fold sixes there. Yeah, I got a bit dramatic there, saying, "Oh, I'm on tilt. It's my first time legit on tilt." I was having a little bit of a momentary hissy fit, but we're all good. We're all good. We're all good. We won a stack quite early on in the session. It is really annoying though, and the fact I could have just called his raise on the turn, but I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I call his raise on the turn. There's so many bad rivers. But like it's an absurd action. Okay, first I check raise the flop. Okay, ranges are still pretty wide. I can't fold to this, by the way. It's too good of a price. I check raise the flop with my set of sixes. Everything's standard. Ranges are wide. Now when the turn completes a lot of straights and also pairs up a lot of my straight draw bluffs on the flop, and then I bomb again, now it's really hard for me to have bluffs. And now I have a lot of really strong hands and straights. I can lead this 9 for pot control merits. I think I will. Also some protection. Don't want to go too small or he's just going to raise. And call the trees. So now when I bomb the turn on the 9 with the set of sixes, now ranges are getting tight. Now I don't have many bluffs. Now I have tons of strong hands. Now I have tons of straight combos. And then he raises in position. It's like nuts, nuts, nuts. You know? There's no other way to look at the spot. We do get raised here, and we have the king of diamonds, which, does that even matter? Why, he raises... We really got a bunch of fucking disrespectful... Jeez, I'm really getting hot-headed now. The size of this raise is really annoying. It's like he's really bullshit. Maybe he's just got aces and he's just shitting himself that the board is a little bit wet and he's like, oh, there's diamonds and straight draws. Oh, let's raise most of our stack. This jack 6 suited is actually going to work its way into a call. His bounty is pretty big. Look at that. It's basically a 40% equity we have there. It's a dream spot. And we get there. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, the king 10 of diamonds, when we got raised there, I kind of wanted to jam in his face and expect some snap folds as his raise size was so big in position. His raise size was so big in position, it wasn't very credible for value because, you know, it was just a horrible raise size. And it's usually the weaker players that I see like making these, I won't say mistakes, I'll call them plays that I don't agree with, because maybe I'm the one who's wrong. But it's usually the weaker players I'm seeing these plays from. Twice now I've saw Regs make some really face-up plays, but that's a part of poker. Sometimes you're just going to have to be face-up in poker. Sometimes you have to play a value hand and there's no way of disguising that fact, you know? And this is something I just need to get in poker. Sometimes, just like I said, sometimes you just got to have a value hand and you got to play it somewhat face up. I hate doing it, to be honest. I always like to have bluffs. But these other guys, they don't care. They'll just raise in spots where they always have it and they'll still make good money. Because there's no people like hero folding. Even as much as I rant about hero folding against them, I don't do it. I still pay them off. Okay, gonna c-bet range with the ace queen. Very standard 4-bet with the ace king suited, of course. Getting interesting with the king 10. Gonna start big betting, really pushing our equity. We've got the backdoor flush draw for dessert. The fact that it's a rainbow board makes our straight draw stronger, of course, as there's no flush draw to kill our outs. Sadly shut down with the ace queen now. The queen of diamonds, I'm not sure how that card functions here. The queen of diamonds could be an alright card for barreling, as it blocks some of his continues, and we can bomb on diamonds, or we can bluff on a 10 or a jack. But now when the hearts come in, now he's got loads of heart combos to continue. We don't have a heart. It's a bit of an ugly spot. Oh, we got a $75 bounty in the tournament, so whatever the tally is after cash, whatever I think I'm up after cash, I'll have to take away $75 for the bounty. We got to keep all the tournament stuff separate. The ace 10 suited, normally we'd hit the randomizer and roll a 4-bet, but this is just a fish, so we're just going to pure call. Oh, it's the guy who was tagged as a reg, but who had that horrible big raise size in position. So he's probably just like a bad reg. He's playing this hand pretty good though. Pretty perfect so far. As are we. Pretty standard decisions. I think now we just fold turn. Yeah, I gotta. He played this hand so reggy. He's played this hand really well now. It's like, yeah, it's hard to put your finger on some of these players. We all make mistakes, right? But when I see a reg just do something that kind of has no logic behind it, then I have to kind of downgrade them. And like, who cares about these tags, right? I'm not judging people. I'm not ranking people. I'm just trying to get better reads on my opponents. It's just for my own benefit. These tags don't mean anything in the real world. They don't mean anything to ye. They're just to help me and to help my bottom line, really. So don't get offended if I have you tagged as a fish. And don't get big-headed if I have you tagged as a better reg. It's all just small samples. Anyway, let's zone in. I want to make some cash. If we want to win a couple of stacks, we can get by that $1,000 profit mark for the video series. That would be something I'd enjoy. Pocket nines. That's a hand that could help us get there. The queen 10 suited is one I want to 4-bet, and we roll high. So we're actually going to snap 4-bet in his face if he comes back around to us. And when I say snap 4-bet in his face, I mean snap 4-bet in his face. And he could 5-bet in our face now, but it's fine. We rolled high. We want to 4-bet this hand sometimes. It fits nicely into our 4-bet bluffs. It plays well if he peels. We could have made it 20.5 if I want to be perfect. Now, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with what to do here. Normally I bet range for 1/4. Pure 3-bet the ace-jack. Normally I bet range for 1/4 here, but when he jams, what do we do? Because he will jam a decent amount, right? I'll check this flop, and I think it can. I don't know how this is played in GTO land, but I think it makes sense as we. Jacks and 10s are more in his range than our range. He's going to pure 3-bet call jacks and 10s. We're not always going to 4-bet jacks and 10s. So he's got the set advantage on this board, which is why it might make sense for us to check. We'll just pure call this ace-jack suited. We don't have 4-bet ace-jack suited and get jammed on. What we're going to do now is just, oh man, it feels very strong to bluff. But we block a set of 10s. We block queen-jack of spades. But then what hands are we targeting? What hands are we really targeting here? Maybe he's just got top set of jacks anyway, and he's just trapping us. Because we beat ace, king, ace, queen, right? We beat king, queen. We beat king, queen of diamonds. Oh my god, I fucked this hand up. I'm really confused what to do now. We're going to see bet 30% in the tournament. I think we can check the side. Like I said, king, queen, diamonds, ace, queen, ace, king. Ace king's probably going to send it a lot. Ace king off might flat versus our 4-bet. I'm going to jam. I don't think he's got enough ace king. Don't think he's got enough ace king. We could make him full jack X. Fuck, man. Even pocket. Nah, he'll call queens. He'll call queens. If we get it through. That was a really scuffed hand. That was a really scuffed hand. Here with the ace jack suited is also a really scuffed hand. We check called flop and turn. Maybe he just had king jack. Okay, I gotta watch that hand back again because he had sevens with a heart. Feel like we miss value when I see that. We open, he 3-bets, he c-bets 1/3. He barrels for 2/3. It's a bit thin by him, but I kind of see what he's doing. We will call with... There's a very small amount of worse hands we're going to call with when he barrels the sevens with a heart. And that hand on table 2 where we had ace jack of spades. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like his play too much. But he's sitting there with like 600 bigs. So, who knows? This guy's just checking too quick. Normally I wouldn't bluff this spot, but just gonna bluff it now. He snap calls. Okay, his snap check was like, just meant he had a straightforward decision. He just wanted to show down. It wasn't like he was done with the hand. I thought it was one of those done with the hand snap checks. Ace jack suited. This is gonna get interesting. Less interesting now. Yeah, just gonna 3-bet. It is a little bit worrying when they're playing less than 100 bigs and they've got a fish tag. As I'm afraid they're just going to jam in my face, which is a disaster, of course. Queen 4 off. I'd like a 4-bet spot with the ace king off. That's kind of what we're hoping for here, and we get it. Gambler goat. This is the fucking dude. I played a hand at this guy the other day on a regular table. Right, I'm jamming the ace king off. You know, it's a play I like to do sometimes. People might disagree with it, but 4-betting non all in with an offsuit ace king there, letting him peel his suited broadways in position. It's a cool play if people are going to find some light 5-bets and get it in with hands that we dominate. But the only 5-bets they're going to find have like 57% equity against us anyway, so I think it's quite a cool just jam. I think it's a cool play just to rip. The pocket trees is tempting. Pocket trees is tempting. He's only got 100 bigs. If he was like a little bit deeper like I am, I'd go for it. I'm just going to let this go this time though. Start pushing our equity with the ace king. Start bombing for 2/3. We'll be tripling barrel most runouts here with the 7-6 suited. I'm actually going to call against these two guys. We flop a backdoor straight flush draw. Good spot in the tourney with the 8s. Very good spot as a matter of fact. Queen 8 suited, definitely open that up on the cutoff. Ace jack we're going to open or 3-bet cutoff. Both totally standard plays. Does the big blind want to get in the mix? Okay, ace 9, it's a flip. We flop him dead. We literally flop him dead with the king 8-4 rainbow. Absolute beauty. So now that's 112.50 we have to take off the tally at the end from the bounties we won. Don't want that getting into our cash profits tally. What's going on here? We got a couple of folds. We check back to Queen 8 on 7-7 deuce as we unblocked all the flush draws and backdoor flush draws that continue. We just wanted to take a free card with our 2 overs. If we bet the Queen 8 and get raised, we're obviously going to have to fold, and it's not nice to fold when you've got 2 overcards that are like very likely to be live. And then when you've got 2 overcards and like a backdoor straight draw, if you're not able to bet and call a raise on the flop, check those hands back, really. You don't want to bet fold a hand that has 2 overcards and backdoors. It's just too much equity. Now we could mix here if the positions were a little different. If it was hijack cutoff, these positions, I think I just want to pure fold this one. Even though he did go 3.5x, which is relatively on the smaller side versus other regs. King 10 suited, open it up. And bet 2/3 on the 10-9 3 rainbow. Might even 3-bet versus check raise. Actually, I don't think so. I think that'd be overplaying our hand a little bit. I think that would be overplaying our hand a little bit. Then again, yeah, I think his worst 10x aren't really going to check raise versus our bigger size too often. That is a nice turn. One of his main check raise bluffs would be a hand like Queen Jack though. So I wouldn't get overexcited. If he overbets here, I expect him to be very Queen Jack heavy. It's getting a bit weird now with his size. To be honest, I don't know how to read into it. With the Queen Jack of clubs in the tournament, I feel like we're behind on the turn. Honestly, just feel like we're behind. We'll open up this Jack 8 suited. It's quite loose and out of range, but the players behind completely justify it. Now Queen Jack, Jack 8, 8-6 all get there for straights. He might just jam river now, and we just have to snap call. And here at the Queen Jack of clubs, now I obviously feel a lot better about my hand. Still don't want to value raise though. He's just value betting pocket fours. If I knew he was a type of dude like that, definitely just going to value raise a hand as weak. If I knew he's playing like that, I'd value raise pocket tens, obviously. The King 10 on table 3 is really nice now. Because obviously we're going to jam, but when we jam, he's so good. I always expect players to get leveled, and then they just don't get leveled. They'll just fold. But yeah, let's jam, and he might feel obliged to call because he's played this pretty weak with his small turn size. His turn size wasn't super small, but relative to his range of turn... Oh, he just had Queen Jack. Yeah, he was just inducing us. Okay. Whichever way he played it, he just had the nuts. Okay, cool. Well, we played that totally standard at least. We have to bet flop, we have to call or raise on the flop. Obviously, we have to call turn, and we have to value jam river versus that small size. I can't even bring I'm too salty to say nice hand because he just coolered the fuck out of us. And I think that he should be finding a jam himself. If we have a hand like queens, if we have a hand that's like a good bluff catcher that doesn't want to value raise, he's missing a lot of value there, right? But maybe he just thinks he's going to get too many folds if he goes for it all. So anyway, that player is, in my opinion, better than me anyway. So I always gotta take a look at what he's doing. 7-6 clubs is close, just gonna fold. If we have the best hand, they're gonna have so many. They're gonna have so much equity anyway with the double flush draw board there. Jack 5 of spades is a bit loose, but with the small blind making our price a bit better and making our prospects a little more appetizing, I think we just get in the mix. 50 bigs in the tourney now. That could turn into a little deep run. We're going to donk for protection. Donk lead the Jack 5 suited. The 8-7 suited could actually find its way into a jam. I'm probably not going to do it. This player, the dark blue, is a very crazy tag, which means he's going to be opening a lot. But it also means he could just call a hand like Jack 10 suited versus my jam. The thing I don't like about calling here is the blinds are so short, they're going to jam a decent amount. Still going to call, playing in position against this guy, and the prospects of the big blind just calling like he does off a short stack. It means our potential to hunt a bounty is quite good. Now we can just stack off against big blind. But this guy goes ahead and bets. We're going to call, and we're going to 3-bet the Queen 10 suited, open the 6-4 suited. And we'll randomize the 10-9. Just find a check back. Yeah, call the 7-8, got shot to the nuts. If big blind jams and the other guy folds, we call. Do we want to start bluffing? I don't think so. I feel like his bet on the flop is kind of committing against the short stack. Don't think it's very air heavy. Now we're going to raise the 10-9 on a turn, rep some good Queen X that would raise for value here. Okay, maybe that was a little bit stupid as he's got two pairs, combos, and 7-5 as a straight. I still thought it would make sense. If I had a hand like King Queen, I would raise the turn. Now we just fold our gut shot. Here we'll call with a double gutter to the nuts, and we just river the nuts. Happy days. You know, I don't want to slow roll the guy. I don't want to slow roll the guy. I want to have a bit more class than that. But the absolute animal was finding the 3-bet bluff on the turn. Like, fucking give that man some props, really. Really, because I was saying like I raise a hand like King Queen on the turn there. If I did raise King Queen on the turn there and he just snap re-raises, I probably do continue on the turn, but then when he jams river, I'm just folding. Like, that is 6. He bets big with the open ender on the turn. I raise in position, he 3-bets. I really love his play. We're going to 3-bet. We'll mix the 7-6 suited. We're 3-betting it too much, but we will again this time. The 7-6 suited just plays really nice as a 3-bet there. But it's not something you want to do all the time. But I like to do it all the time, to be honest. We'll just show down the ace-jack with our equity. Just looking at the 10-9 hand, you can't see it on the replayer. Pretty boss by him. Pretty maniac stuff. But we'll take the stack. Beautiful river 7. Gives him the straight, gives us the nuts. Oh, sometimes lucky. Ace-jack of hearts. God, it's tempting, isn't it? But also this does not feel like a bluff. Anyway, when we check a hand this strong and we block the straights, we can't let him just stab. Look what he's stabbing with. So it nearly worked just because we had this like read. Our instinct was telling us to fold. Your instinct is wrong quite often. You just really like to remember the times your instinct is right. I really want to bet 1/3 to be balanced on the King Jack Deuce, but we're going to check because we've got the nuts. Just going to check call, try and throw him off. The king turn is pretty bad. He's going to bluff it less. He might have a king, which is good, of course, but we'll check raise the Queen Jack. We block his best ace X. Okay. Kind of want to check raise turn now, but I'm too afraid of him checking back again. Okay, yeah, just going to try to get some value here. I think he might check back an ace on table 1. Okay, now with the nut flush, we could check and hope that he's always going to bet for value with a hand like the naked 9 of diamonds, 10 of diamonds, queen of diamonds. But a check raise is never going to get called anyway. He's never really going to bet call those hands, so I think betting ourselves is better. And he could have a hand like the 7 of diamonds or trip kings that are going to check back river and not. He had the 9 of diamonds. He had queen 9 with the 9 of diamonds. We could try to get value through a check raise against that hand, but he's either going to make the hero check back with the 9 of diamonds, which is totally reasonable because the board is paired as well. We can have full houses that are check raising. So he's either going to check back the 9 of diamonds, or he'll find a bet, maybe even for like a small size, and then he's going to fold to our raise. So I think we really get the max by just betting there. And it's only something I'm realizing now, to be honest. That's a spot where I would check raise river quite a lot with the ace 4 of diamonds. And just breaking it down out loud right now is I'm realizing that just betting ourselves is a lot more efficient. King 10-3 is a range bet. I really wanted to check back, but we're just going to have to bet it if we want a solid strategy. Oh, okay. We managed to like conceal our tilt a little bit. Now this fucking Ruslan guy has just flopped a set of 4s or 3s against our ace king. Livid. Livid, livid, livid. And now we actually can't really find a hero fold on the river. Okay, check back. Okay, I was getting ahead of myself. Maybe it was a hand like 6-5 suited. Maybe it was a hand like... Wow, the small turn size he went for. I think I know what this is now. I think I know what Ruslan's doing. I think Ruslan is king queen or king 10 suited, and he was just raising the flop for value as we went quite small on the flop. The 8s, we beat some hands. We're going to jam the ace king now. If he's going to find a hero call, he's going to find a hero call. If not, he's not. The 8s might seem like a clear fold, but ace jack, queen jack, ace queen, we'll fold. Because the ace jack and the ace queen might not bluff. They might just try to show down. Gonna go just under pot with the ace jack. Hopefully he's just never gonna fold an ace. Hopefully he doesn't have a set of sixes or quad fours or some bullshit like that. If he finds the jam, wow, we have a decision on table 2 with the ace jack. It should probably be a fold, but we've ace jack, right? I mean, if he jams, we lose. What's he jamming? What, is he gonna find a bluff? No. Is he gonna jam a worse hand for value? No. So if he jams there, we're kind of toast. Looked like he tank called and considered folding an ace-x. Oh, no. He was considering, now it's funny we're saying we should fold to a jam, because him tanking so long, I think was him considering to value jam. Yeah, my girlfriend's home. He had ace-6. And just to remind you of the board, it was 6-4-4 ace jack. So he had 2 pair as well. It was a bit of a huge cooler. And I think he was just thinking about, oh no. Well, my girlfriend's baby cousin is visiting, and he's starting to cry a little bit, which would obviously be terrible for the audio. He's probably going to wrap it up quite soon. Okay. Right, I'm going to wrap this up. I got some visitors. There's a little baby here. I need to turn on the fan and the aircon, and yeah. So, gonna sit out. Yeah, just was talking quickly. We did cooler the guy ace jack against ace 6, 2 pair versus 2 pair, but that's okay. Gonna sit out next hands. Looks like we made some money. We're gonna have to take off 112.50 from the bounties. Okay. Okay. Just got to do the numbers and see what the total was for the session. And hopefully I can, final 2 tables of this tournament, hopefully I can march on and ship that bad boy for about 3k. Get this fan turned on. How much money did we make? That is the question. Pretty long video today, nearly 40 minutes. 40 minutes of raw tilt. Nah, we weren't too bad. There was some frustrating incidents though, but that happens. It's a part of every session. Excuse the audio of the fan. I have a number here. I just don't know if all the tables have closed yet and I've gotten all the money has came through yet. So bear with me now. 1658, 1277, 381. Minus 112. So it looks like $269 profit for today. You know what? I'll take it. Lost 375 the last session, so recouped most of those losses. Brings the tally, I'll put the tally on the screen, but I think just under 900 now. We're up. Be back tomorrow for another grind. Thanks for watching. Sorry about the little distractions at the end, but subscribe. I'll be banging these videos out daily. Hopefully episode 15 we can break through that 1k profit mark. And yeah, I'll see you later.